I'm going through the alignments now because there's obviously a problem with the discriminators, either offset or the IF seems to be wrong. The IF alignment on this set seems to be a bit strange. You don't actually inject an IF signal, you actually inject a reference carrier wave, which I'm injecting a 98 megahertz signal according to the manual, with a modulation of 400 kilohertz at 75% deviation, a 75 kilohertz deviation, and 1 millivolt output. Now that's what the Marconi is producing at the moment, and I've loosely coupled that to the front end of the set with this rubber duck aerial thing, and it says tune the set to 98 megahertz and just the primary side of core black of pt2 for minimum distortion reading. Well, I haven't got a distortion meter, unfortunately, but I am going to just give it a tweak just to see if this brings this back in line. There's the core here at the back, that's the black side, so I need a suitable core adjustment there. I'm only going to make a very small adjustment just to see if it makes any difference to the reading on the front end. So here we go. Okay, it's putting that. It's not making an awful lot of difference. It is slightly pulling the tuning dial in, but I think it's about where it was, so that hasn't made any difference. I'm a bit surprised that there's no more adjustment other than the IF. There's no adjustment for the IF, and I'm wondering that it's the manufacturers think that if the IF's been set correctly, it will never shift, which is, I suppose, is possible. But it did seem that when I was injecting an IF signal, I was injecting 10.8 and it was peaking around 10.8, which is probably not hugely out, but it could affect the rest of the alignment through the set. So the next procedure is the FM discriminator. It says detune the set, so let's turn the volume down so I can hear myself. Detune the set, tune the secondary core blue of the IFT201, so that was the core I was looking at on the right hand side, for null point reading on the FM tuning meter. Okay, well there you go. Let's get this, detune it. So that is detuned, and you can see there's already a, wherever it's detuned, let's put that, the meter's off to one side. So that core there must be the discriminator core. It does suggest it possibly is, because it's right on the end. I can't see any detector diodes or anything like that. But anyway, we'll give that an adjustment. Maybe that'll bring the meter back into line. So let's give that a quick tweak. Okay, there we go. So we've got a nulled signal now. So let's see what happens when we tune in. Yeah, it's pulling in correctly now. So that's obviously the discriminator. This one 98.8. So with the discriminator at 0 output, you should have the maximum deflection on the signal strength, which is what I've got. Okay, so that sounds fine. I don't know if you can hear that, but it sounds like the tuning gang's slightly noisy. It could be needs a bit of contact cleaner between the end of the tuning cap here, which is often the problem. I'll just give that a squirt of contact cleaner. You have to be very careful when you use contact cleaner on these tuning caps. You get oil in the tuning cap, you short it out. So that seems to be okay. The next one's stereo separation adjustment, and you need special FM signal generators for that, that will transmit a multiplex signal, which I haven't got, but I'm not going to adjust that. I'm sure that's possibly absolutely fine. What I might do is go back to the FM signal generating setting here and readjust the 98 megahertz and see what we get then. So we're at 98 megahertz. That meter's pretty, I say that was pretty smack on 98 megs. I'm going to readjust that core. Very difficult to hear minimum distortion, but certainly seems to be loudest there. So tune it slightly. Yeah, so I think, quite honestly, let's just try. Stir again. This actually sounds very nice. Obviously you won't hear it through this mobile phone, but certainly seems to be working better now. The discriminator's not hanging off to one side. Just go back again, detune the set. So the next thing to do is investigate this noisy tuning pot. Let's get some contact clean and give that a bit of a squirt down in the corner there, where the contact's made to the side of the tuning gang, and see if that's. See, it's run that backwards and forwards a few times. Turn it off a bit. Okay, it's better. You hear it just jumping every now and then. If you give the tuning cap a tap, there you go. If I didn't know better, I'd say that was an AF117 shorting out a tin whisker thing, but it's not. It's probably just a bit of wear in the tuning cap, or a tiny bit of dirt. So what I'll do, I'll unmesh the tuning gang. What can we use? We need a sort of like a stiff brush. This brush cut down like that. Just give it a wipe off. See if there's any dust. So I'll just turn the tuner off. Just carefully wipe down, see if I can get anything that's lodged in the tuning gang removed. I'm only doing this on the coarse tuning gangs because I don't want to affect the fine ones are too delicate. Give that a tune and see if that works.
That's fine. Traditional dip.
Okay, it's still jumping around there. Just a bit touchy there. Give it a poke around, try and work out which gang it is. So let's try the. This looks like the. That looks like the local oscillator. So we'll try the local oscillator first. Give it a gentle push on the. No. Ah, it started humming. Okay, let's try this one. This looks like the RF amplifier. Okay, nothing there. This one seems to be the most effective. This looks like the aerial tuner. I don't think it's that. I think it's more like the oscillator is actually stalling. So still being a bit of a problem. This if this is the local oscillator, this cap here should shift the tuning well off. It's not. It's actually. So that might actually be the RF amplifier. So that's going to need further investigation. That I think we might have to actually get a powerful air line in there and give it a clean. I can't see anything in there that's shorting out. I've had a good look. It all looks pretty clean. That interference is caused by the because I'm holding the camera so close. But I can't see any dirt in there at all. It looks all clean in there. There is a chance that also that it needs a bit more slack taken out at the end of the drive. That screw there takes up the backlash on the tuning capacitor. We'll try and tweak that up a bit. It could be just a little bit of wear and it's moving slightly. But I think that'll do for tonight. It seems to be working now. It's certainly got a better tuning. The discriminator seems to be aligned better. And it sounds good. It sounds lovely actually. You can see there it's peak signals matched with the tuning at peak signals matched with the nulled discriminator on the FM tuning, so that's all working well. Can't stay tuned for anything long because I'll get copyright. But yeah, just a bit of a jumpy tuning. So I'm going to have a look at that, and we'll I'll do another video. Thanks for watching.